Good afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome to Five on Friday. That's the first Five on Friday for a while. I'm hoping I might be able to get a few more Five on Fridays going forward. Friday's always been for a long time, it's been my day off. That stopped a little while back, and looks like I'm not far off getting back to having Fridays off on a regular basis. So I'm home today. I'm sitting down. Just sat down to have lunch. I was doing a bit of a taste test comparison with some dim sims, a couple of dimmies. I've cooked some for the first time in the air fryer today at lunchtime, and I threw some into the steamer so I could compare the two. So I've come to sit down in the sun. It's poked behind a cloud at the moment, but it was beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a relatively nice day. It was much nicer at lunchtime. Sat out in the sun, had myself some lunch. But I sat down with me plate of dimmies. Well, I hadn't quite sat down. I had me plate of dimmies. I'm thinking, okay, what beer to drink with this? Yeah. So I went into the fridge and ended up coming up with this fella, pale ale from Pioneer Brewing Company. I thought, okay, something that's not going to be, too much flavour and going to overpower everything and stop me from actually tasting the food I was eating. And then that got me thinking about, different beer styles and, and how people's perceptions are of beer styles. And going on that line that, most people have a favourite beer style, and as such that we brew, for the most part, beers that fall into that sort of thing. And a lot of brewers, that's all they brew. There's lots of brewers that are running with a one keg, one tap system, who brew the same beer basically over and over, or the same style over and over, or they bottle the same thing over and over. So it got me thinking about what is the best style. And I was thinking about it, and you see it a lot. You see discussions about, people when they first start brewing, and they want advice, and quite often they're coming from a background where they've been drinking Great Northern or Carlton Draft or whatever. Insert chosen mega swill pub lager here, sort of thing. And people throw at them options, but the options are generally driven on what is their favourite kind of beer. So with that in mind, I'm thinking, well, do I have a favourite style? And I get asked the question a lot. People ask me, what's your favourite style? I give advice on brewing different kinds of beers, and I do reviews, and I do tastings, and so invariably people say, what's your favourite style of beer? And the reality is, my favourite style of beer is the beer in the glass that I'm currently drinking, because I can't just wholesalely say I've got a favourite style. I like beer, and I like beer in varying degrees across a very wide range of styles. That fella, Cluster 8 double IPA. Big flavours, in your face, punchy, beer with some attitude. But that's not a beer I want to sit down and drink all the time. Like I don't want to sit down and drink that all the time. Sometimes I want to sit down and drink a nice pale ale. Sometimes I want to drink a nice XPA. And I've probably have said a bit in recent times that XPA had become one of my, sort of go-to styles, was sort of a favourite. I'd been leading that way, and they were beers I was enjoying a lot. Not so much being my favourite beers, but I was enjoying them. And that somewhat comes from when I go down to the coast, down to the cabin, down to Jervis Bay. I don't take home brew with me. It's all in keg, and I tend to take commercial beer with me. So I'll either take stuff that's in the fridge, or more than likely, or more often, I might take a handful of beers out of the fridge. So I've got stuff when I first get down the coast, but then invariably I'll go to the local bottle shop and I'll buy some beers to have while I'm down there. And I quite often find that I will gravitate towards XPAs, mid-strength pales, that sort of thing. Stuff that's easy drinking, a bit more low alcohol. Especially if the family's around, we're going to be sitting around having a bit of a session, and we might be drinking, from mid-afternoon right through into the evening, which is not something I often do. So if I'm at home, I tend to drink a few less. So favourite style can be very contextual. Can depend on where you are, the environment, and the people you're with. So if I'm down there and I'm with people, or if I'm going to a barbecue, or I'm going to a family event, I'm probably going to drink more beers than I normally would, because I'm going to have a longer session. So I want easier, softer, simpler beers that aren't going to, knock me around too much. Don't want to have 3 beers and get the wobbly foam, and start getting messy, way ahead of everybody else. I've got no problem doing that at home. So at home, where I might be happy to drink a double IPA and a stout, West Coast IPA, something a bit bigger, a 6, 7, 8% beer, couple of those, no problem. So I'm only going to have a couple, and there's no one to mouth off at and offend. There's no one to get into an argument with. Doesn't matter if I fall asleep, if I talk gibberish or what. Doesn't matter. So I can drink whatever I like, and I enjoy a wide variety of styles in that context. But in that public gathering is a whole different thing, and I've got a whole swathe of light, low alcohol beers to keep that in control. I could have got them out, like the box of beers I brought home, that I take into Wollongong for the son-in-law's 30th birthday the other week, which he didn't actually end up getting to because of COVID. That was a very, very, very different selection of beers, than what I would drink. It was, like I said, it was at home. So it's not about favourite style. And yes, I've got, from the brewing perspective, I've got the luxury that not every brewer's got. Plenty of brewers don't. I've got 8 taps. I've got the availability of brewing lots of different styles. So I've got the space, I've got the time, I've got the means to do so. Plenty of brewers only have the ability to brew 1 or 2 different beers, have 1 or 2 different beers in keg. So they've got to stick to things obviously styles they like. But I think what upsets me most when I see that, I see people saying, this is the beer I brew all the time. I've been brewing this beer for the last 15 years, or 10 years, or 3 years, or this is the 5th time I've brewed this beer. It's like, Okay. I really like to see brewers stepping outside of their every day. Get outside the comfort zone a little bit, as they say. Try something different. Brew a different kind of beer. You know, I have here on the channel, I have such a wide range of beers that I've brewed, and I'm brewing different beers all the time. And it's not just because I want to brew different beers, but it's to encourage other people to try different styles, to try different beers. Yeah. If you're not going to try different beers, like if you're not going to brew different beers, try different beers. Yeah. Okay, I get, as home brewers, a lot of us don't buy commercial beer. That's fine. I get that. Yeah, a lot of home brewers are doing it to save money because they don't want to spend money on commercial beer. But I encourage those brewers, and I've done it, and I've said this many times before. You know, in different forums. Go to the bottle shop occasionally and buy something you've never tried before. Try a different style. Try a different brewery. Try a beer from a different country. Yeah, try a sour. Try a Belgian ale. Try a pommy bitter. Try a European lager. A Helles, a Dunkel. Marzen, grab an XPA if you normally drink lagers. Occasionally grab a lager, grab a double IPA, grab a NEPA, grab something that's different and try it, because there is no best style, and you don't know what's your favourite style if you don't try stuff. But one of my, I've really come to really enjoy not so much sour beers as such. I have found some really nice sour beers, and I do make them, but I've found some really horrendous sour beers getting around as well. But if you step into the world of real sour beers, Belgian sour ales, Flemish ales, farmhouse ales, saisons, the traditional ones, not fucking these, the local breweries you're throwing together a bloody sour because there's some new trendy yeast come out and they can just dump it in and brew it. Okay, it brews a sour, but no, I'm talking real things, real sours. They are beers with serious flavour, and provenance, and you don't know how much you might like that style until you try it. Pommy bitters, pommy ales. There is some absolutely fantastic malty, chewy, delicious beers, from England and Scotland. And if you're not trying them, you don't know. So if you're not opening your eyes to all these different styles and just going, oh, this is the style I drink and that's it, you're missing a lot. It's the same as going to the pub every fucking week and buying a chicken schnitzel, or buying a palmy every fucking time you go there. Try some different stuff. I can broaden your horizons a little bit. If you try something, you don't like it, if you want to go to the pub and have your palmy 3 times out of 4. But every so often just try something different. Same if you go to the pub and you're having a drink with your mates. Try a different beer. Just at the pub. Try one beer. If you don't fucking like it, you throw it out and buy it. Get something else. But at the end of the day, I don't know too many brewers who actually won't chug down a beer no matter what it is. Especially if you pay fucking $9, $10 for it at the pub. But you just may surprise yourself by taking that little bit of an extra effort. Got to remember, as a country, we didn't eat Italian food 50 years ago. We didn't eat Portuguese food. We didn't eat Indian food. Look at it now. How often do you have a fucking pasta or a curry and enjoy it? Do the same with your beer. Broaden your horizons. Try some different styles. Because your best style may not be a style you've ever tried. Maybe a style you've never tried. Let's try that. But either way, I wholeheartedly do not believe there is such a thing as a best style. There is lots of good styles. Find the ones that are right for you. Anyway, that's me. Little John, I'm out of here. If you got any comments, any questions, stick them in the comments down below. Whatever they are. Patreons, thank you very much for your support. If you're interested in Patreon and what it's all about, click the link below. That keeps the channel going, lets me do my experiments and play around with things. There's free stuff for those guys, there's prizes, there's recipes. If you're subscribed to the channel, thank you as well. If you aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Ring the little bell so you get notified when there's a new video. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. But for now, that's me. I'm done. Enjoy your Friday, rest of your weekend. Until I see you again, we're brewing beer, drinking beer, talking beer. Good brewing.